Greater light, greater light. I want to declare, I prophesy in a song that I was singing Sunday with the worship team. You know, I don't sing with the worship team, I sing with them. As they are singing on the altar, I be around at the altar singing. And I prophesy, realizing that prophecies is just promises, huh? And I'm standing on the promises of God. And I was sent a message, huh? And that message is added confirmation for scriptures that I've read, but you know, I can't contain all in this little old puny mind of mine. I can't obtain all of the information I learned on, but God will find a way to bring it back to your remembrance. Well, my remembrance at least. This is just a reminder that the same sickle blood that runs through certain beings, you can find that sickle blood in a lion. Huh? The lion's blood does sickle. Huh? Sickle cycle. Sickle cycle. But I just wanted to read Jacob's promises. I want to read Jacob's promises. I remember one of the lives that I did, and that was Juneteenth, when I said the same Jacobs that got me in this mess is the same Jacobs that's going to take me out of this mess. Edges, mess of ages, messages, messages, message. Oh, let me read. Let me read and be quiet. Let me read and be quiet. Genesis 49. Thank you. When you don't know what else to say, you just say thank you. And the being know who I'm referring to. Thank you. All the way across the waters, where the land never actually separated, some valleys were made low and the water sunk into that, and then the mountains were made low, and well, it's gonna change and reverse, divine reversal, reverse. The valleys are gonna come up out of the water, The valleys are gonna come up and the mountains are gonna be made low. I'm just saying, stop talking and be quiet and read. Let me be quiet and read. Then Jacob called together all his sons and said, gather around me, and I will tell you what is going to happen to you in the days to come. Listen to me, O sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my oldest son. You are Reuben, the child of my vigorous youth. You are the head of the list in rank and honor. But you are unruly as wild waves of the sea, and you shall be the first no longer. I am demoting you, for you slept with one of my wives, and thus dishonored me. What you mean? What? What you mean? Wait a minute. What? One of his whorish wives. It had to be a whorish wife. Had to be a whorish wife. Did that. Something like that. Had to be. Because his son couldn't have slept with the whores unless she opened up the Red Sea. I'm gonna read and be quiet. Let me start over and not put in my two senses, my two mites, I won't put in my 2 mics until later on when I come home today. This is what I'm going to build on. Get ready. Today when I get in, I'm going to do 49 and 50 of Genesis. My 2 mics, somebody said yesterday, I only got a couple of pennies. I said, that's 2 mics. The mighty power of the one true living God and the mighty power of Jesus. That's 2 mics, huh? But let me read and be quiet. I'm going to start over. Then Jacob called together all his sons and said, gather around me, and I will tell you what is going to happen to you in the days to come. Listen to me, O sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my oldest son, the child of my vigorous youth. You are the head of the list in rank and in honor, but you are unruly as the wild waves of the sea, and you shall be first no longer. I am demoting you, for you slept with one of my wives and dishonored me. Simeon and Levi are 2 of a kind. They are men of violence and injustice. Oh, my soul, stay away from them. May I never be a party of their wicked plans. For in their anger, they murdered a man and maimed oxen just for fun. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce and cruel. Therefore, I will scatter their descendants throughout Israel. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Hey, Lion of Judah, you shall destroy your enemies. Your father's sons shall bow before you. Judah is a young lion that has finished eating its prey. He has settled down as a lion. Who will dare to rouse him? The scepter shall not depart from Judah until Shiloh comes, whom all people shall obey. He has chained his seed to the choicest vine and washed his clothes in wine. Oh, yes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth are whiter than milk. Zebulun shall dwell on the shores of the sea, and shall be a harbor for ships, with his borders extending to Sidon. Issachar is a strong beast of burden resting among the saddlebags. When he saw how good the countryside was, how pleasant the land, he willingly bent his shoulder to the task and served his masters with vigor. Dan shall govern his people like any other tribe in Israel. He shall be a serpent in the path that bites the horse's heels, so that the rider falls off. I trust your salvation, Lord. A marauding band shall stamp upon Gad, but he shall rob and pursue them. Asher shall produce rich food fit for kings. Naphtali is a deer let loose, producing lovely fawns. Joseph is fruitful tree beside a fountain. His branches would shade the wall. He has been severely injured by those who shot at him and persecuted him. But their weapons were shattered by the mighty one of Jacob, the shepherd, the rock of Israel. May God of your fathers, the Almighty, bless you with blessings of heaven above and of the earth beneath. Blessings of the beasts and of the womb. Blessings of the grains and flowers. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Oh, man. Blessings, teachings, and utmost bounds of everlasting hills. These shall be the blessings upon the head of Joseph, who was exiled from his brothers. Benjamin is a wolf that prowls. Oh my goodness, I can't wait till later. He devours his enemies in the morning, and in the evening divides the loot. So these are the blessings that Israel, their father, blessed his 12 sons with. Then he told them, soon I will die. You must bury me with my fathers in the land of Canaan, in the cave, in the field of Machpelah, facing Mamre, the field Abraham bought from Ephron and Hethite for a burial ground. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife. And there I buried Leah. It is a cave which my grandfather Abraham purchased for the sons of Heth. Then, when Jacob had finished his prophecies, his promises to his sons, he lay back in the bed and breathed his last breath and died. Joseph threw himself upon his father's body and wept over him and kissed him. Afterwards, he commanded his morticians to embalm his body. The embalming process required 40 days with a period of national mourning of 70 days. What you mean? Huh? Ooh, I can't wait till later. There go that 70. Ooh, I can't wait till later. Then, when at last the mourning was over, Joseph approached Pharaoh's staff and requested them to speak to Pharaoh on his behalf. Tell his majesty, he requested them, that Joseph's father made Joseph swear to take his body back to the land of Canaan to bury him there. Ask his majesty to permit me to go and bury my father. Assure him that I will return promptly. Pharaoh agreed. Go and bury your father as you promised, he said. So Joseph went, and a great number of Pharaoh's counselors and assistants, all the seniors and officers of the land, as well as all of Joseph's people, his brothers and their families. But they left their little children and flocks and herds in the land of Goshen. So a very great number of chariots, cavalry, and people accompanied Joseph. When they arrived to Atad, meaning threshing place of brambles. I saw the Bahamas in the brambles. Beyond the Jordan River, they held a very great and solemn funeral service with a 7-day period of lamentation for Joseph's father. The local residents, the Canaanites, renamed the place Abel Mizraim, meaning Egyptian mourners. For they said it's a place of very deep mourning by the Egyptians. So his sons did as Israel commanded them and carried his body to the land of Canaan and buried them there to Canaan, the land of Judah, and buried it there in the cave of Machpelah, the cave of Abraham, and bought in the field of Ephron and Hethite, close to Mamre. Joseph treats his brothers kindly. Then Joseph returned to Egypt with his brothers and all who had accompanied him to the funeral of his father. But now that their father was dead, Joseph's brothers were frightened. Now Joseph will pay us back for all the evil we did to him, they said. So they sent him a message. Before he died, your father instructed us to tell you to forgive us of our great evil we did. We servants of God, of your father, beg you to forgive us. When Joseph read the message, he broke down and cried. These brothers came and fell down before him and said, we are your slaves. But Joseph told them, don't be afraid. Am I God to judge and punish you? God's love is for everybody. As far as I'm concerned, God turned into good what was meant to be evil for me. Lord. As far as I'm concerned, God turned into good what was meant to be evil. For he brought me to this high position I have today so I could save the lives of many people. No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Indeed, I myself would take care of you and your families. And he spoke very kindly to them, reassuring them. So Joseph and his brothers and their families continued to live in Egypt. Joseph was 110 years old when he died. He lived to see the birth of his son Ephraim's children and the children of Machir, Manasseh's son, who played at his feet. Soon I will die, Joseph said to his brothers, but God will surely come and get you and bring you out of this land of Egypt and take you back to the land his brothers promised with an oath that would take his body back and them with them when they returned to Canaan. So Joseph died at the age of 110, and they embalmed him, and his body was placed in a coffin in Egypt. Greater light. Let me go ahead and go on my mission. Greater light, huh? I'm standing on the promises of God, huh? And however he brings these promises back into remembrance for me through this blood, through this DNA, this DNA, Selah, Selah, lion roar, the cellular roar, huh? Greater light. Everybody have a great day of the love and light of Christ. Amen. Selah. Selah.